to us. It's a great opportunity to speak with two people who've had real adventures in their careers and in their lives, and they've achieved things which I'm sure we'd all, I know certainly I would be overjoyed if my 7-month-old daughter grew up to have achieved the similar kind of things that you guys both have. The average of OECD nations, that is the kind of more developed nations in the world, on average, I include myself in this, and probably it includes most of you here in this, work 1,744 hours a year. On average, is spent at work, thinking about whether you're the younger portion of the audience and you're thinking about what you want to do for your university or what you want to do for your career, or if you're the older audience and you're looking out for your kids. It's massive decisions. And that's not to scare you, that's just to actually give you a sense of joy of how much time you get to apply yourself to the things that you choose to do. So how did you manage to focus? Because presumably that was also from when you were early 20s. You seem to have had this very strong ability to focus on what mattered and be effective at what you're doing. So I wondered maybe you had some wisdom to share on that.
When you have your own business, you tend to work all the time. You know, it's almost 24/7. Yeah. And but I suppose you just need to learn how to prioritize. And I guess emotionally strong. So learn how to manage your stress. Either meditation or prayers. So I find that very, very helpful.
You made that choice to walk away from a very successful career in medicine, which you felt that you had to do that because of you can't split your focus and be fully successful at both things. So I thought maybe you'd like to share a bit more about that.
I like to focus and concentrate on one project, for example, or something that I'm doing properly. There's no way I could have achieved that degree of accuracy. Multitask. I had to make a decision. It wasn't easy. Because I felt that I was losing my identity as a clinician, an identity that I harnessed and was part of me for at least 16 years. It took me 2 years actually to completely feel at ease that I made that decision. I'm at ease now, completely happy, but it was a process for me to feel that, okay, I'm all right, because I'm contributing in a different way.
I really like that you coined this term out-of-the-box moments. Those moments in your life where you make those life-changing decisions or those life-defining moments which help you build up that identity. One thing which struck me was that through all of those moments that you both shared, what was it that equipped you to make those decisions? Because fundamentally, I think we've all probably been through those moments where you're facing a choice and you go left, you go right, and generally the path of least resistance wins, right, on a day-to-day basis. So how is it that you've managed to equip yourself to take the brave decisions as opposed to the well-trodden path?
The first step is belief. You have to believe in it. Okay? If you don't believe in the change in your direction, you might as well forget it. You must remember, doubts can kill dreams more than failure ever will. So belief first. Second, hard work. Okay? Again, like I said before, there are no shortcuts to success. Once you have your belief, all you need to do, put in the hard work, create your plans, and the end game, what are you trying to achieve? And of course, you need the third one. This is what I tell myself. You have to love yourself. Okay? If no one is going to believe you, who else going to? You got to believe in yourself. To believe in yourself, you have to love yourself. Loving yourself is absolutely crucial because if you have new ideas, you will face oppositions, then you're going to start doubting yourself, you may end up resenting who you are. You've got to love yourself.
And your choice was made based on what your father wanted. And I wanted to ask you, if you could go back to that moment, what would you do?
I would have preferred, to be given, the choice to make my own decisions, right? Parents nowadays are very much different from my parents. Or, they have different thinking and mindset. They are actually very fully supportive of their kids' decisions in terms of courses. They tend to be more facilitative in nature. It's important to love what you do. Okay? If eventually I learn more about myself, so I think the first 10 years of my working life, I got to know about myself and what my strengths are. So I realized that I'm a more project-oriented kind of person. I get bored really easily, and it doesn't do me any good because my productivity will then go down. Which is why I'm good at startups. So I tend to help a lot of startup companies. I set up, or even projects for that matter. I set up a project and then I've done it, hand it over to the project owner, then go on to the next project, which is why I love doing what I do now.
It did for both of you. You've ended up becoming entrepreneurs, and follow your passion in doing that. Did you think that you would? This is a money question. Did you think that you were going to have to take a hit financially in order to follow that passion?
Of course, there will be some sort of sacrifice. It's not only just financial sacrifice, there are other sacrifices as well. It could be relationship, it could be your hobbies, all sorts of things. Okay? So you need to have a plan on how you overcome those sacrifices and how you balance them out.
Becoming an entrepreneur is not just about yourself, especially when you have a team under you. People are working for you, and you need to now look after, their financial, I guess, responsibilities as well, because you're paying salaries, and you need to put them first before you, right? But if it's something that you truly believe in, just do it and put your mind to it, but have a plan. Without a plan, it ain't gonna happen.
Inside entrepreneurs, do they have your Carnegie training, and what's your view for communities and enterprises?
Go specifically. I was not put under a specific program at that time. I mean, they had their internal training program, and typically your managers would then, decide what kind of training programs that you should go for. Okay, so yeah, that's the first question. Commodities and agriculture, no, I don't really have anything specific to talk about that, but I guess what I can say is that, specific to our industry, there could be some value add that we can provide to those industries, because I think whatever we provide as an alternative platform for fundraising can impact any sorts of sectors depending on the financing requirements. Yeah.
And so on behalf of parents, how can they best support their most precious thing, their child, having an out-of-the-box moment? Who was your best supporter, and what did they do that made them so good?
I would say that maybe you're the better person, or your partner is the better person, so communication. Okay? So then secondly, if they have out-of-the-box ideas or radical ideas, can be very unsettling. Okay? Because as a parent, you want what's best for your kids, and usually what's best for your kids is something that you know about and something that is comfortable, which is part of normality. So that is the journey that most people go through. So follow the flow, right? So when your kids present with a new idea, just let them speak, let them talk about it. Okay? I think having a knee-jerk no reaction is the worst thing you could do to your lovely child. And then you do your own research and say, oh, let's talk about this some more. And what's your plan about this idea? Have you looked at how you're going to go ahead with this? So have a conversations. That's how I would address it.
The other thing I would like to add is, if you have friends who know about the subject matter of what your child is talking about, then get them to talk to people that you know. That will help a lot. Yeah, regular communication with your with your children and asking them about, you know, how is it going, what they're doing, you know, whether is there anything that you can, you know, do or, you know, help them with. That helps a lot.
Given that you're both UK graduates, right? Maybe you can relate to the floor. What was that one defining moment or experience that has pretty much carried you from your university days to where you are right now?
I think for me it's not the studying bit, you know. Going to varsity is, you know, but I think it's more of the exposure. It's about diversity, you know, learning new cultures, learning to interact and assimilate with other people. And look, you know, I can't be doing this, you know, I can't be going to the United Kingdom and then, you know, and then go back to Malaysia being the same person, right? So I decided to, you know, go out and live in the halls, you know, and mix around with other people. And it really helped a lot, you know, in terms of, you know, opening up your minds, looking at a different way of thinking. You know, to me, that was the most impactful for me.
In my third year, and I saw this person. Anyway, then I went ahead to the department that I was starting my research to meet my professor. Okay? And that was him. Okay? But he was such an inspiration in terms of it doesn't matter who you are, how you look, but it's what you do. Okay? Then I started thinking, it's what you do actually matters. I mean, all throughout our lives, we hear people who talk, but do they walk the walk? Okay? That moment made me think, actually, I also think I'm quite different. Okay? That made me feel that I shouldn't be afraid to be different anymore.
Do you want them to go through one courses that is then spend to, let's say, 100 to 100,000 for 5 years, or choose courses that will provide instant or maybe short-term project based to them?
First and foremost, I think it depends on which stream you came out from. If you came out of, I mean, you know, in Malaysia you have the art stream and the more social sciences, and then you have the hardcore science stream, right? So I guess that already kind of like dictates the kind of courses that you could take, especially if you're from the social sciences or art stream and suddenly you want to do engineering. It's going to be a bit tough because you need your physics and you need your mathematics, right? So that already like kind of like screens out. I think you need to think hard because you need to really love the subject.
Crucial is the ability for you to complete a degree. Not so much what degree you complete. Because your ability to complete a degree will show your future prospects, careers or employers that you are able to complete something that is challenging. I would say do not worry about your choice. It's about how you develop your skills afterwards. And also remember, any degrees that you're able to complete, you would have developed what we call transferable skills. You may have a degree in medicine, a degree in mathematics, and so on and so on. There are transferable skills which are generic that can be applicable to whatever career you pursue. I really won't worry about which degree. My view.
Thank you. Thanks so much, both of you. Can we have a big round of applause for Dr. Azam and for Elaine?